If you think a blackout is just a mild inconvenience, then you've never been cold enough for your bones to ache like they're splintering from the inside. Humans love to fantasize about grand apocalypses. Zombies overrunning cities, AI rebellions, nuclear infernos tearing across continents. But the thing that breaks you fastest isn't dramatic. It's brutally simple. No. Power. A city of 20 million turns into a frozen slab of dead infrastructure within minutes. No lights. No heating. No communication. No rescue. Death does not arrive roaring. It arrives quietly, following the slow, merciless fall of the temperature. 1 degree, then another. When you're shivering, it means your body is still fighting. But when the shivering stops, that's when the cold begins killing you without your awareness. Day 1, the first truth. You are not a warrior. You are a 37 degrees Celsius biological machine. Humans are far more fragile than we pretend. We live because our internal temperature stays at a precise 37 degrees Celsius. A thermal miracle nature barely allows. Drop it by a little. 35 degrees Celsius. Early hypothermia. 34 degrees Celsius. Slurred speech. 33 degrees Celsius. Cognitive decline. 32 degrees Celsius. Hallucinations creep in. 31 degrees Celsius. Heart rhythm destabilizes. 30 degrees Celsius. Good luck surviving. Less than 30 degrees Celsius. Systems fail one by one. In temperatures between 0 and -5 degrees Celsius, this descent happens shockingly fast, mere hours. On the first day of a blackout, you'll tell yourself lies to stay calm. I'll light a few candles, throw on a thick blanket. I'll be fine. You won't. Candles don't warm a room. Improvised flames consume oxygen. And a winter jacket worn incorrectly is nothing more than a colorful death shroud. Cold doesn't kill because it's cold. Cold kills because you underestimate it. Day 2, when hunger hits, forget about food. You're hunting for fuel. Hunger is not the threat. Heat loss is. You don't eat to feel satisfied. You eat to keep your internal furnace burning hot enough to stay alive. The body uses carbohydrates, fast-burning heat. Fats, slow, long-lasting thermal output. Proteins, emergency only, inefficient heat in cold conditions. Pick wrong, you freeze long before you starve. On day 2, I tore through the kitchen, taking only the highest calorie-dense items. Peanut butter, dark chocolate, instant noodles, nuts, oats, dried fruit. And here's what most people never realize. Cold water is the enemy. Drink it, and your body must heat it from 0 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius, stealing critical warmth from your core. People don't know this. And that's why people fail. Day 3. Most people die because they pretend they're strong. Some walk outside searching for supplies. Some try to reach a friend's house. Some decide they'll exercise to stay warm. Every one of those choices is a mistake that gets you killed. In extreme cold, sweating is death. Moisture cools your skin 25 times faster than air. So day 3 wasn't about bravery. It was about precision. I reduced my living space to a single tiny room. Dragged tables, chairs, blankets together. Constructed a dense, insulated cocoon. A warm prison made of fabric and stubbornness. You don't need space. You need a thermal cave. Survival isn't strength. Survival is strategy. Day 4. Darkness is where your mind mutinies against you. By day 4, external silence becomes an internal threat. No power. No light. No sound. No human contact. Your brain, starved of input, begins manufacturing its own stimuli. You'll hear tapping, dragging, footsteps, breathing. None of it is real. It's cold-induced neurological stress. Your brain trying to fill the void with nightmares of its own making. Panic makes everything worse. Fast breathing, higher energy burn, rapid heat loss, more panic. The only path to survival is mental anchoring. Count your breaths. Listen to your pulse. Inhale slowly. Exhale even slower. You're not dying because of the noise outside. You're dying because your brain decided the noise is real. Day 5. At this point, the killer isn't the cold anymore. It's water. Dehydration kills faster than cold. Yet cold masks thirst so effectively that people slip quietly into decline. Lose 2% water, cognitive impairment. 5% hallucinations. 10% severe dysfunction, 15% fatal shutdown. By day 5, water sources turned into ice, taps useless, bottles rock hard. You drink less, body dries, brain slows, decisions fail, death arrives quietly. The only safe solution indoors? Use your body as a melting device. I packed snow into a bottle, placed it beneath my layers, pressed tightly against my stomach. Body heat melts it gently. It's uncomfortable, yes, but scientifically, it's elegant. Raising 100 milliliters of water from 0 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius requires 37 calories. Those calories generate heat internally. Melted water sustains hydration. You warm the water. The water keeps you alive. People who don't know this try boiling snow indoors and die from carbon monoxide poisoning before they ever drink it. Ignorance kills. Science saves. Day 6. You don't need fire. You need insulation. People obsess over creating heat. Professionals obsess over preserving it. Generating heat requires fuel. Preserving heat requires knowledge. These are the 4 core laws of cold survival. 1. The 3-layer clothing system. Base layer, moves sweat away. Insulation layer, traps heat. Shell layer, blocks wind and moisture. Wear them wrong equals they're worthless. 2. Avoid touching the floor. Hard surfaces drain heat like a vacuum. Sleeping on the ground is slow suicide. 3. Warm the air you breathe. Cold air cools you from the inside out. Use a scarf or mask. 4. Never sweat. A few drops can destroy all insulation, causing hypothermia in minutes. On day 6, I built a microshelter. Blankets, coats, pillows. A tiny thermal cocoon barely large enough to curl into. Smaller space equals less air volume equals more efficient warmth retention. Survival isn't magic. It's thermodynamics. Day 7. You don't defeat the cold. You endure it. The 7th day is where most people break. Not because temperatures plummet further, but because the human will finally cracks. 7 days of no proper food, no real water, no sunlight, no voices, no warmth, no stability. Your mind corrodes. On day 7, I woke with the most dangerous thought a freezing human can have. Maybe I should just stay lying down. That thought kills more people than ice. When you stop caring, your body interprets it as permission to shut down. The only thing that forced me upright was a brutal survival rule. Act as if no one is coming. Because they aren't. Only when you accept that truth do you actually start fighting for your own life. The end, when the power returns, the suffering finally reveals its purpose. When electricity buzzed back to life, the city awoke instantly. Lights humming, heaters blasting, voices echoing through hallways, laughter returning, signals reconnecting, civilization rebooting. But I sat still, wrapped in blankets, breathing carefully, listening to the fragile, mechanical rhythm of my own heartbeat. Because the cold had taught me something fundamental. Cold doesn't kill because it's cold. Cold kills because humans are arrogant. We think we are tough. We think we are prepared. We think we are different. We are not. We are soft biological machines engineered to function at exactly 37 degrees Celsius, in a world that, by default, wants us dead. But if you learn the rules, if you abandon illusions, if you think with ruthless clarity, you will outlast the ones who keep insisting, "I'll be fine."